knowing that you came from this really barbaric civilization of people, you
Mm-hmm.
hate that half of yourself, but that half of yourself makes you a formidable opponent. And on top of that, the half that you hate is going to be living with you. He said, nigga, we been here.
Mm-hmm.
I found you. You didn't find me. I came to see you because I knew where you were. Hey, what's up, Mr. Rashad Antonio? We are the Upon Further Review. I promise. Invincible season 4 Boiler Review. Let's talk about a thing to talk about a thing. Now, before we even start, subscribe
Like.
to the channel. Like
Mm-hmm.
that. Share that. If you got something witty to say, comment. Don't just hold on to the goodness for yourself. Share it. Put it in the comments. I reply back. If you reply back with some nonsense, you got two options. That I block you or I match your energy. It just depends on how I feel that day.
Yeah.
This season of Invincible, Tony, has restored my faith in the show because I was like, I don't really want to do this week by week. Because because season 3 was very low for me, and then it
Mm-hmm.
ended on a super high note with
Yeah.
Conquest. We get to get that bastard back this season. So season 4,
Mm-hmm.
it on like to me, it was second best season so far to the season one.
Okay.
Season 1 is like a damn near master,
Mm-hmm.
just because it's a bit of it like the voice acting and the people they had on the show was just really great. And even though like most of them are not traditional voice actors, they're like
Mm-hmm.
stars. They
Yeah.
did a really good job being voice actors. There is a differentiation between the two. Everybody that's a star can be a good voice actor. They really locked in. And the storyline wise, love the story of the first season. The first episode is an amazing pilot. So the expectation was like I can't. It was super high. So when season 4 drops, and I'm watching the first 3 episodes, I'm like, okay, I think we're back into it.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get a whole episode of this nigga Mark just in hell. So they're bringing back an old storyline
Mm-hmm.
and bringing it back to the current time. And then past 3 episodes of this season,
Here we go.
my God, like the Viltrumite War, it's this is one of the most top 10 craziest things that I've seen watching anything. I'm trying not to be hyperbolic,
Mm-hmm.
but from the way that they introduced Thrag, from the way that they gave us background history on
Oh,
Nolan
and
and
Viltrum.
Viltrumite and how they are reared, and also the like the Viltrumite Civil War or the culling, that's what it really was.
Yes.
And then leading into how it's only like they got like a 40 of them hoes now.
And
And
I think it's down to 32 now.
I'm just saying at the start of it, it was like 40 of them.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And even I'm just
Oh,
overall,
yeah.
even the visual of Mark and Nolan destroying Viltrum, them telling us and showing us just how strong Thrag is in comparison to everybody. Like I was looking like I said, I don't see how they can defeat him. And by the end of the season, they don't defeat him. This nigga tells Mark, you don't have a choice,
Yeah.
but you have a decision to make.
Yo,
It's like, yo,
he gave this man not necessarily an ultimatum. He basically was just like, this is how things are going to go. It was like your parents telling you what you're going to do. In your mind and in your heart, you're like, I'm gonna do this, and this is how I'm going to do it, and this and that. And your parent will hear you say this, and then be like, that is cute, but this is what it is going to be. We're here. We're not going anywhere. And basically, thank you for this planet that is now our breeding farm.
He said, Mark, the only reason we're here is because of you.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
like, like imagine like you as a person,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that you came from this really barbaric civilization of people.
Mm-hmm.
You hate that half of yourself, but that half of yourself makes you a formidable opponent. And on top of that, the half that you hate is going to be living with you. He said, nigga, we been here.
Mm-hmm.
I found you. You didn't find me. I came to see you because I knew where you were. You didn't. Y'all was trying to. Oh, the the defenses. We're gonna put them up so the kids can come in. We'll see them, nigga.
We
We
here.
been here.
We
We
here.
here. We here. Lucan already here. What's the other dude with the patch?
Creed, General
Yeah,
Creed.
yeah. General Krieg are already cracking backs right now
Hey
as we
yo,
speak.
yo, I just want to say before you go, Creed came down. Earth was like, yeah, God damn, I, I see why Nolan came down here and all right. Oh,
He
I
said,
got a way I can
"Sure."
cover my eye. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
He said the food good. I like this thing called a motorcycle. I'm just gonna go
Uh-huh.
get one. I
I
got
can
my
just
little
put
leather
this eye
jacket.
patch. I can just
I got my
put this
little
patch.
cool Kurt Russell eye patch.
Not
I'm saying like
escape from New York and L.A. Kurt Russell.
yes sir. I said yeah man. I'm really like yo. We outside.
and the
You know.
women and the women love crazy looking dudes who are bikers.
Yeah, yeah. Like I'm a whole archetype out here. I'm the bad boy.
And
Didn't
what
even
is
know there
this?
was a thing.
And what is this thing that I can just a cigarette? This
I
ain't
like
gonna
how it
do nothing.
smells. It smells like danger. But you know, I'm a Viltrumite, so it ain't gonna do nothing to
It
me.
ain't gonna do nothing to these lungs here, baby.
Oh, these lungs can survive for millennia.
Thank you, Grand Regent. Thank you kindly.
Yes, yes.
Thank
And
you.
not and now they're about to be as Dave Chappelle said during his VD gang, skeet all over the walls
Yo,
because man, I really wonder how back to season 4. Go ahead, Sonia.
yo.
I'm sorry, I'm talking too long.
No, you good. Because I'll be doing that to you, and this still is your turn. Season 4, my guy, was like so. Season 3 was a slow burn up until like what the last 3 episodes, 4 episodes, or whatever, like that. This, yeah, 2 or whatever, and having an idea of what was going to come in this season, I was just like, yo, what the hell are they going to do after the Invincible War? How's the Viltrumite War going to take it up another level? And Lord knows they did. And the first half of the season was basically gathering the troops. Hey, we gotta we going to people, getting folk we need. Hey, I'm gonna need you for this, need you this. You know what I'm saying? Space Racer. Hey, my guy, I know I locked you up in this jail for like 200 years.
Bro, that was
It's
so funny.
my bad, bro. But hey, it's cool. We get our favorite maniac battle beast back. Y'all said I get to fight and kill some Viltra. Where are my Viltrumites? Relax, dude. They coming. You know, to the point of we go to a planet where the Viltrumites are horrified to go to the planet because of the Ragnar that are there. And they built a shield to cover the sun, to block the sun from getting that planet so these things can stay frozen. Because they got to that planet and got there, that gravity, they was like, oh, shoot. Oh, God almighty. You know? It was just a slow build. Then you get the domestic side of this episode of this season, where we've been seeing this since like season two. Mark and Adam Eve been raw dogging religiously, and you know we see the repercussions of that. She gets pregnant, and then we get a morality thing even in this season of should she have done this without telling Mark? She went and got the abortion. Hey, women, you have your choice, but it's a question of dang man, you at least told my guy beforehand. And then you have Debbie thinking she found some type of normalcy with the new guy. Come to find out that really don't work. And who comes home? Nolan. And Nolan is sulking because he wants his pet back. But he realizes that ain't his pet. He want her back. And then we see at the end where he was like, yo, stop acting like you don't know me. Which was kind of a good point and a bad point at the same time. Because she was like, I know the man that you were, but I also did not know who you were as well. So it was kind of along with getting new characters. Tech Jacket, to me, one of the funniest characters in this. Really enjoyed this person. To seeing the character I probably hate the most, and Rashad know who I'm going to say to this, that is Brother Oliver. We gonna get the Brother Oliver for real. I hate that I hate that insectoid half. I hate that motherfucker. Excuse me, I hate him.
No,
But
that's yeah.
but
You
this
funny.
but this season was just a culmination to what most of us have always heard and wanted to see, and that is one Grand Regent Thrag. And
Nah, that's
I love, and it was a slow burn showing them because my thing is, you have so many Viltrumites left, but when we did see him and he was sitting on the throne room, the utmost respect was done. When you saw Conquest come home, and this dude was, oh, God Almighty, like so scared and so nervous to confront to go tell Thrag that he failed his mission. That should let you know off the bat what it is, because Conquest already told you the other Viltrumites are afraid of me, except for Thrag. You know what I'm saying? It's like Conquest is here, Thrag is like up in the heavens with his power. And then you get the situation where they attack they attack Tescria, and what happens? What is Thrag? They retreat. And you start getting people saying stuff like, man, y'all hype this man Thrag up. He a fraud. That's all you kept seeing on social media. Thrag is a fraud. I know a little bit about this whole universe, and I was like, "Oh, y'all really have no idea what y'all talking about. This is not about to be. This is not about to go the way y'all think it's going to be. Thrag is a fraud. He ain't what it is." Thrag proceeded to show you exactly who he was the last two episodes of this season. And good God Almighty, I was like you, Rashard. How? How? Laid the law down and told Mark what it is and what's it going to be, and then said, "This is our last conversation," and pieces out.
yeah.
Pieces out.
Yeah, man. Because like we already see like by the end of that, like a little quick, almost like a mid credit scene.
Mm-hmm.
Ellen gets the message from Thetis, who was swiftly taken care of. They said, "Oh, the betrayer."
Yo,
They hate that nigga.
they
They
hate
hate Thetis so bad, yo. When he saw Thetis,
Nolan. Nolan even hates, and Nolan was like, "I hate the fact that I have to work with you. I hate you."
yeah.
And
Even him trying to get onto the anti-hero side of things is like, you know
yeah,
what? You still a bitch, Thetis.
let's
And,
talk.
and like even that last year, like last season, that was a cool reveal when they said, this old dude is really Optimus Prime is really
Mm-hmm.
Viltrumite. So when Thetis has the message for he says, "Look, yo, understand you now leader over the little planet or whatever, and
Coalition
the
of planets.
coalition of planets.
Mhm.
You gotta use the scourge virus to kill all the
There can
and
be, he said, there can be
there can
no
be none." And I really appreciate that tension because to be honest, it's the same storyline as the boys. It's like, do you really want to keep everybody, or are you going to try to select people that are special and are good and upright? But if you don't kill all of them, you won't know
Mhm.
all of them are gone, and there won't be the reassurance that they won't rise up again because you got somebody who is just leaps and bounds stronger than you. And with the Viltrumites, they were trying their best to extinguish the entire civilization. They feel so strong about this because even when Alan was meeting with the coalition, it was like, I don't know who you are, but we as a coalition, we kill all of them. It was like, hey, but Nolan, what that nigga Nolan, we killing all of them.
We wouldn't even be at this point or had to help if it weren't for Nolan, Mark, all of them.
Don't care,
We
don't
don't
care.
care. We don't care.
Stephen A. Smith,
No,
we don't
no,
care.
seriously. They are all on the hey, sacrifice the few for the greater good.
Oh, the greater, yeah, man. And between the Invincibles and ironically, both boys, both on the same streaming service on Amazon, they are both dealing with the same thing. Just because you got people that are allies with you to the thing you're trying to destroy, they are still the thing you're trying to destroy.
Yeah.
So, do you really want to keep them around with the prospects that they could become killers? Or are we going to then eliminate the problem by the roots? So that's it's just a very interesting tension that both of these
Yeah.
shows have.
And it's a slippery slope. And and just since we on the whole Viltrumite thing, I just want to talk about the flashbacks as a whole
Hey, go ahead. Go ahead.
for all the Viltrumites. So I think was it episode 5, I think, or so, or whatever. I can't remember. We get a flashback of young Nolan. Here's the funny thing: Nolan is like what 1,200 years old.
That's
Nolan
all.
is about 1,200 years old. He's old as hell. So we go back to a flashback of young Nolan training some Viltrumite children. He's talking to them, and he asks one girl, like, why is it that we only have one statue to one Viltrumite? Like, we don't do statues, but we only have one, and that's the Emperor Argyle. Why? And he's like behind him and was like, and you better get it right. That little girl started sweating, and she said the answer because he's the one that taught us about our way of living, and he was like, good job. And he talked to him, and he was looking at him, and then he says, all right, y'all can go eat. Y'all gotta go find, go off on your own, find your food and all this. And he was like, tomorrow, two of y'all gonna die. That's it. What the? Two of y'all gonna die. And you just saw the kids looking at each other like, yeah, we gonna see who gonna hit. Like, because they're all about survival of the fittest and being the strongest. Those kids go away. You see a lady and a man come along and proceed to jump young Nolan. And I mean, they are beating young Nolan's ass.
It's so
Young Nolan,
bad.
it is bad. And Nolan was able to kind of get his, get his grounding, get his steady feet when he was able like to throw like a rock chunk at the lady and it jabs her in the eye. I said, oh my God. And he starts fighting his father and he's pop, 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 putting things on his father. And the father is getting ready to be like, all right, good job. Well, hold on. The guy says good job. He was getting ready to say good job until the mama came. Then we find out these are Nolan's parents. And his mama proceed to curb stomp, literally and figuratively, this man to death on the steps. I
Bro,
mean,
I was
beating
like,
his monkey ass. I mean, it was a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. They was beating, and then the dad was like, "Chill, yo, like, hey," he
well,
said, he was like, "Yo, he did a good job. Chill, he had enough." She stops with this chunk still in her eye and looks at the father and says, huh, "You both disgust me. This is the last time I'm dealing with y'all." And proceeds to leave. I said, "What happened here?" This goes to show you in this civilization, they don't marry for love. They try to get the strongest with the strongest and have kids and whatever like that. But what happened, or what is it here that has this woman hating her son and the husband? And so you
yeah, it's it's
you
it's, it's crazy. Yeah, I was noticing that too, because like
yeah,
you can see like, okay, we need to make sure that our kid is strong
uh-huh.
so they can pass the next test, because it's like a tiered system of S
Mm-hmm.
beatings, because Nolan is teaching the kids, his parents are still teaching him, and
Mm-hmm.
then when you go a little bit further, higher ups still beating everybody. So it's
Because
this
they told him, the father's like, "Today you've become a man." After, what I'm saying,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
after you get your ass beat by your parents, this is when no, this is like your rite of passage, so to
uh-huh.
speak.
So, but even before the episode starts, you see like some projectiles land on Viltrum. Viltrum is a regular circular planet, no rings or anything like that, and you see a gas release. So Mark has passed this test along with some others of Mark age who passed their thing, and the person that's over them says, "Good job, blah blah blah. Y'all go heal up, and we go on to the next level." Blood starts leaking from that man's nose, and then I said, "Oh my god." We see the scourge virus that we've all, and that's one thing I love about this show too. Things that we've always heard about, they're showing it to us. They're going back showing it. It's not no, oh yeah, this happened. Ooh, you know what I'm saying? You might see this in a prequel. We might get, no, they're giving it to you on this right here. You see all of these Viltrumites are dying. I mean, on the street, just passing out. Even Nolan was infected with a scourge, but some Viltrumites, their systems were able to fight it off. I'm wondering if Mark was able to fight it off. Not Mark. Nolan was able to fight it off because he was already wounded and his body was in the process of, what I'm saying, Rashad, of already healing and regenerating. It doesn't
Oh,
explain.
ow, ow, because like or it's just it could be just like a precursor of the even more superior
He
Viltrumite.
he was asymptomatic.
Yeah,
Him
yeah,
and
yeah,
other Viltrumites, and
yeah.
the bodies of the Viltrumites are just piling up. Where like what half of their population, it's like, so, and they didn't have nowhere to put these bodies, so they just jettisoned these bodies into space, and we see that the bodies that died from the scourge virus now is like the rings of Saturn around the planet. That is horrifying. Rashad, could you imagine that something happened to the Earth like that? And to get the Earth, you just get. And the thing is, because space, there is no, what I'm saying, no atmosphere and whatever. It's like these, and it's cold as a bug in space. These bodies are like preserved where they're still
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's no decaying or anything like
Nah,
that.
the decomposition has ended,
Yeah,
and you used to have like frozen popsicle people
yeah,
around. But every time you come in, like you come and go,
uh huh,
it's just a constant reminder of like, nigga,
yeah,
we almost died,
yeah.
and yeah, it's wild.
And so even and so like one of the things you see that Nolan is, he's helping load bodies up and he sees his parents, they're dead and they're being shipped off. So that was one flashback. The next flashback, which is possibly the wildest flashback that we saw, Rashad, we see the council with Emperor Argyle. Thetis is still there, and you see a young Grand Regent Thrag. He's just sitting there, and you even see Nolan on this council. They're all there, and they're talking. And Thetis is like, "Hey, look here, y'all. We are who we are. We're conquerors and everything. Maybe we should stop. Maybe we should lighten up and be a little more softer on these planets and civilizations that we conquered. They're starting to rebel now, and things are not getting good." And it was like, you get better with kindness than this. Argyle looked and said, "That is not the Viltrumite way. We are conquerors. We are warriors. Whatever." He even asked he asked Thrag, young Thraggy, what would you do? Thrag was like, "Man, we go destroy that planet and let them know what time it is." And we know the Viltrumites are on that time because we saw that with Nolan in season one when he went into that alternate dimension with the Flaxons and basically terrorized that whole planet until they said, "Leave us, get out of here and leave us alone." So you see this happening, and then we see Thetis, the betrayer. Basically, we don't see the murder of Argyle, but we see he has a nice sharp blade, and Thrag has been walking around all season with the skull of Argyle, and it has a hole, so it don't show it, but it's implied what happened. Argyle got killed. We see the funeral for Argyle, and we see the ascension of Thrag to being the Grand Regent. Why isn't he emperor? Because he isn't Argyle's heir. They don't know where Argyle's heir is. They was like, until we find the heir, Thrag is in charge. And Thrag gets there, and he says, "There is a cancer amongst us. Y'all know what that cancer is? Weakness." And then he turns, and this one I was like, "Thrag, you a little racist here? I don't know about this." Turns to like the only brother that is on the little back panel, I guess, of the elites, and says, "Would you would you attack me? Would you kill me? Would you betray me?" He said, "No, Grand Regent, I wouldn't." All right. And we see the good old Viltrumite special finishing move. Sink! Cut this man's head off. It rolls down, and he says, "I need a purge. I want to fight. Get the weakness out of here, and only the strong survive." These Viltrumites just start looking at each other and started going blow for blow. My
Go
God,
time.
my God, they had the kids. Did you see they jumped and stopped the one kid out? I said, "Oh my God." And it was like, these won't no fair one-on-ones. Like, it'll be one where a guy,
Nah.
he takes out one and like, yeah. And then somebody just come and sneak him. Thing. And I mean, it was so bad that it started raining blood. It started
I
raining
was like,
blood.
what is going on this crazy planet?
And
Like
there,
that scene is just so indicative of the Viltrumites and like the Viltrum way.
mm-hmm.
Even when they are already, they say, you know what? Let's knock it down to 10%. And and
Yes.
and by the time we get to the end of the season, it's
Uh-huh.
only 32.
Dude.
So they have to make these drastic measures just for them to even be a thing again. It's like it's so crazy.
It is so out of control. Like, going off of an anime, the Saiyans, they're not even that crazy. They
Nah,
they're not even that crazy. You see where Saiyans actually show love to people and they siblings and stuff. King Vegeta, regular Vegeta would probably be like, "Yo, what, my, my nigga,
they
what
ain't
are we
killing
doing?"
Saiyans is crazy.
It's crazy. And like, and what's crazy is they act, you know what I'm saying? Finally, Argyle says, not Argyle, Thrag says, enough. This about it. And you see Anissa, Creed, and my boy Conquest turn and look at Thrag. And Thrag is like, is this the tree y'all want to climb? He didn't say it, but that look was like, and they looked at him and said, and dropped down to it. I think they really thought about trying to, and it was
We
not
could
going to be,
like yo, we make him murk this nigga. They was like, hold
but
on, you know what? Let's just
and
lock in.
and the thing is, with here's the thing with Thrag, he is so powerful because when he was born, they realized he was special. This man has been training to be a warrior since he was an infant. That is why he is superior to everybody else. To everybody else. And that is the story of the Viltrumites. Lunatics. That's all I got to
Yeah,
say.
man. It's such yeah, I can't I don't like yeah, I don't have words for them niggas, man. Them niggas is just unnecessarily brute. And the way that they like season four, I mean season
Mm-hmm.
five is gonna be very interesting how they kind of close this.
Yeah, because I
I don't
seen
even want to think
something.
about it. Go
Well,
ahead.
because I know people are like, well, how many seasons is it gonna be? I saw something with Robert Kirkman, the guy who created a comic for this, and
Yeah.
he's like that. He said he hope he can get 9 seasons into this because there's so much story, and he
There's
might
a
be able to
lot.
get it. That's a
I
lot
mean,
of seasons.
because people still coming back to the show
Yeah,
and seeing and also next already started the show for next year.
yeah.
So season
Six,
five? Yeah,
five, yeah,
season
five.
six.
Uh huh.
Season five?
Season
Yeah,
five. Yeah, I'm sorry.
whatever.
Yeah. Uh huh.
Yeah, it's already being made. They already done all the voice acting for season five. You'd already done the voice acting for season five.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna be it's coming next year, automatic.
Yeah.
So that's good that we were on like a yearly release schedule. So they kind of I heard they switched up some things in regards to how they do the like the production and everything so they can
Okay.
keep it on a steady pace. I mean shit, y'all niggas only making 10 episodes. So like back in the day, it'd be a 62, 52 episode run for a
Uh-huh.
cartoon.
Yeah.
So like yeah, let's lock in, guys. Um I want to talk about some Earth stuff. So
Okay.
I really want to talk about, but still some Viltrum related. I want to talk about Nolan and Debbie.
Mm.
Nolan is the epitome of a man who is trying to get his girl back in the most incorrect way.
Yeah.
Because first, when he comes back to Earth the first time, right, and he's like, "Oh, Debbie," because he's been on, you know, what he's been on Sony.
What's
He's
that?
been on his Ruben stuttered. I'm so sorry for 2004,
Oh,
and
I got one
he
better for you. He's on
was
his
that.
Usher Let It Burn.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard for me to say this.
And then he tried to be like you got it bad in regards to his old wife. Is he gonna tell? Oh yeah, so that insect bitch ain't mean nothing to me.
Yo,
Oliver in the back like this nigga said my mom ain't shit. And then Oliver is like just is not even paying his man no mind. It took him a long time to get Oliver back on his side. To get back to
uh,
Debbie.
mm-hmm,
I love how Debbie is, for the most part, standing as if his would say, 10 toes down,
mm-hmm,
hate you.
mm-hmm,
And Nolan does not understand why he can't get back in her good graces.
mm-hmm,
Even to the point where the first time they had that, when he first comes to Earth, and he's trying to, he's trying to talk like, hey, pay my penance. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? I've done my, I've had my sentence. And she's looking at him like, I don't care. And
I'm
he's
trying
like,
to
I don't
protect the world.
understand.
I'm trying to protect the world, baby.
He said, hey, girl, I know I did some dirt, but it's me. And I'm so sorry. and that's the thing that I think a lot of men don't understand.
Mhm.
Just because you sorry
Right.
don't mean that they're ready to forgive. Because a lot of times a man will do something wrong for so long, but there be this
Mm-hmm.
huge betrayal that kind of reconceptualizes the whole relationship because it
Mm-hmm.
started on the lie. And
Mm-hmm.
now that the lie is out, I feel good that I can, and that the lie ain't on me. And
Mm-hmm.
now I'm trying to pay my recompense for the sins and atone for my sins. But the other person is like, not there. You want me to say, oh, baby, it's okay. I
Mm-hmm.
am not going to give you that satisfaction. And like you said earlier, she tried to move on with Paul. They had a good thing going. But in between, like him going back to Earth and understanding, he was like, look, yo, plus Oliver and him not knowing that Oliver was alive and all that good stuff when they was like, on the planet. We'll talk about it in a minute. And she says, hey, yo, I cannot live a normal life.
Yeah.
And then was like, I don't want to drag him into this. And the cool thing, and I also, what I also loved about that too?
What's that?
Also love how it showed like sons accepting that their mother has a life. Mom got to live too.
Mm-hmm.
And they made this little, as much as they could, this peaceful coexistence. They
Mm-hmm.
was like, all right, mom, cool. Yeah, you try. Okay, mom, you need some dick too. Okay, cool. I get it.
Yeah.
I be having sex with Adam all the time, Adam Eve all the time in the room. Y'all hear us. So like we get it. And they accepted Paul. They were sitting down eating spaghetti dinners.
Hey, they love that Paul spaghetti, baby. They was
Yeah,
like, man,
they
Paul
they
make
they
great
they
spaghetti.
last meal looked like it was like a Korean whole setup.
Uh-huh.
And it was a cool like some of those humanistic things I really appreciate it because even when it goes to what's Mahershala Ali's character name? The
Oh
dude,
yeah. Titan.
yeah, Titan. So like Titan, they even because a lot of the ancillary characters they should give us some shine. Like Titan was in there, and he's in the park with his family, and niggas is trying to kill his family,
Mm-hmm.
and they did all of that just to send him back to the table with the whole like like city evil alliance, and
Mm-hmm.
now all of them back together
Mm-hmm.
because you see the other episode when Oliver, Mark, and Adam Eve had the little superhero agency,
Mm-hmm.
and the old dude with the dragon
Yeah.
was whooping Oliver's ass.
He says, help, help, help,
Me
help.
police, yo, he was behind the middle like this. Oh my god. Hey,
Hey,
Adam, where's Mark? Oh, Mark is busy. Nigga, please send Mark. There's
you
a
know,
remember that old dragon we defeated? We did not kill him. He is still alive. Like I was like, bro.
you know what he did? He did the Kevin Hart. My back against the wall. He said, the bitch got the lockdown on me. He was like, your bullshit is my bullshit. Back against the wall. Help me. Nigga, help me. Nigga. That's what he was like. Yo.
Oh my God, Oliver, man. Like Oliver was struggling this season, but they had that nigga on the ropes, man. And it's just cool to see like how even the small stuff in the city still
uh,
important because it's still building up to the next season. It was funny because something was like, "Who's Mark?
yeah.
Like, where's Invincible?"
Man, I'm just as capable. Or whatever. He
All
was
right,
like,
all right,
all
little
right,
nigga,
little nigga.
you say
Yeah,
so.
all right, little nigga, you say
As
so.
long as you protect my child, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Teach a man how
yeah,
to squabble. That's a
yeah. It's because
uh,
like because the last dragon was kicking his ass.
yeah.
Oh man, what else? Okay, so
Oh,
go
the
ahead,
goddamn Flaxons.
bro. They don't give up, yo.
The
I
goddamn
give it to
flax.
them. They
The
are the
goddamn
most
flax.
persistent bastards ever.
And you know, it's been like what, like maybe 10,000 years has passed since all this stuff.
Hey, it's top of
It's
mind. We got to get back.
it,
We got to get our look back from Earth.
It is ingrained in their DNA. They came back just as strong or whatever. And Mark won't even there, right? Or am I tripping? If I can recall. Yo, Mark was there. They was double teaming that dude. But it was and they realized, how do we beat these dudes last time? Oh, I remember how we beat these mofos. They had these wristbands to basically, with the time dilation control, so they didn't, didn't accelerate. And it was like, well, they don't have no wristbands now. And Robot was like, yo, it's coming from inside the dimension. All this is going on. And so finally, Robot and his girl, Monster Girl, they say, hey, we going in to get this. And they like, and like some folk are like, no, Cecil like, hey, do what you got to do. Cecil said, get on up in there. They get in there and they're handling business and they destroy the machine. But in the process of destroying the machine, the Flaxes shut off the daggone gateway. And we are gone. They
Yeah,
Robot and Monster Girl are locked in this dimension. We don't know what's happened. We saw later on in the season where Sinclair, you know what I'm saying, and then they're trying to open up just to get them out, and they just open it up like any type of portal, and all types of monsters and demonic beings are coming out, and they're like, "Hey," and Sinclair said, "Look, yo, Cecil, I told you, trying to open up portals and to other dimensions, it is unstable. It ain't like we could get exactly there." He was like, Cecil, and this is the first time we ever seen Cecil actually quit and be like, "Man, yeah, you're right. They on their own, and if they want to come back home, they got to do it from where they are right now." So,
yeah, yeah.
you
He's
know what I'm
like, man, we
saying?
got we got bigger fish to
We
fry
got bigger fish. We got bigger fish to fry here.
because after all this occurs, then Mark, Alan, and Alan and what's called come back to Earth to recruit
Yeah.
Mark to go. And I mean, Mark and has his goodbyes to Adam and Eve. Plus, you said Adam and Eve doesn't tell him that he's had a baby, and they go off to space. In the meantime,
Mm-hmm.
Conquest escapes from his underground lair, bucket naked,
But bucket naked,
flying
flying
back
in
to
the
Viltrum.
flying in the nude.
And they all go to space and go, okay, all right, we got to team up, we got to get them. So they end up fighting outside. You know what I'm saying? Like wherever they was, I forgot where they was at.
They was
And
so they were on their way to the headquarters for the Coalition of Planets, because
yeah,
it was because Nolan and Alan already recruited Space Racer. They recruited Daggone
tech
Battle
jacket,
Beast. And right,
jacket.
so they went there. So they bought Tech Jacket from Earth, who I love her character and her father. And she's like, "Baby, go do what you got to do." And Mark and Oliver, and and they found the planet with the Ragnar. They're gonna put the block out the sun so they can go get some Ragnar frozen and basically walk like they got some pit bulls or something like that.
Yeah,
So they on their way, they come upon a Viltrumite ship. And they're like, oh my God. And we see Lucan, and then we see that one, like, that other daggone Viltrumite who looks like he just, like, drank beer or something like that. Rashai, you know what I'm talking about? He just drank beer. He got, like, a beer belly and stuff. And
yeah,
they're there, and so they're trying to fight him. And then next thing you know, the demon himself, well, he's not even a demon, the monster Conquest pops out. The fear that came over Mark, Nolan, and even Oliver face, because Oliver, remember, he almost got ripped in half by this man. And they were like, oh my God. And he was like, yeah. And then Mark started talking crazy to Conquest. He told him, yeah, you ain't nothing but scared because you just want a friend, this and that. And Conquest got pissed. I told you that in confidence. He was pissed and proceeded to daggone just go off and bust everybody up. Oliver is in space. He because the Viltrumites they can breathe in space. They can just hold their breath for a long time. He's like, he, Nolan says, "Do you need some air, my guy?" He was like, "Go down to that planet right there and get some air." And he tries to go down to the planet, and Conquest says, "Oh, the little one." And Oliver gets down there. And he's and we see the craziest jump scare we've probably seen this show in a minute. You see Conquest, yeah, and I said, "Oh my God!" If it weren't for Mark coming down to daggone fight, Oliver would be a bug stain on that planet.
And the fight between round two
Mm-hmm.
of Mark and Conquest
Mm-hmm.
is so crazy, man. Because they are really going blow for blow. And then they basically are on top of each other, wrestling top. Mark is trying to choke this nigga out.
Yeah, like he.
He's like, and Conquest is like, ah, Conquest grabs him and starts taking out all of his intestine. I said, "Oh my God." And
Just
and
when
and, and Mark is still holding on to him. It's just a bloody disemboweled mess.
I just want
Like,
to say, I wish I knew that was coming because I was eating when that happened. I dropped my damn fork because he's just on top of Conquest choking. And he's like, "I'm not letting go." And yeah, he's just pulling all of his organs out. Just, yeah. And you're just like, "Oh my God." And he, Mark's, "Huh, just, and you see Conquest turning purple in the face, and you see his eye done got Uncle Ruckus big and it's red, and finally he dies. And Mark is like, it just falls over because
yo,
what's happened? What
Mark was
happened
out
is,
so bad.
yeah,
He was out for a whole episode and a half.
I think they said time wise he was
It was
out for
like it
like
was
9 months,
months.
like 9 months,
It was
month.
months.
I ain't gonna say. I think it was the total 9 months before they came back to Earth. I
Yeah, I
think
think
he
like
was out for
6 months he was out
yeah, he was
from
out for
that.
6 months, my G. They had Nolan had, and then too, the coalition folks said we got to get out of here, so they left them,
They left him.
and, and so you just had Oliver, Nolan, and Mark on this planet. Nolan had to gracefully and strategically place all of Mark's organs back in place in his body, and then tape him up and be like, "Hey, we got to make sure he gets some protein in his system in order for you know what I'm saying for his body to heal." That episode was really good to me because that showed where you had Mark not Mark you had Nolan and Oliver kind of hash out their differences.
Yeah, I did like that
Yeah, I will say I
because
like that. Yeah.
and then like Oliver had to remind him what it is to be human because he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna kill all these insects, all these everything here. I'm gonna kill." Marcus and I was like, "If you kill it, we gonna get more eggs." He's like, "Oh, you have a point. So let's work with it. While we come with a strategy, you distract the thing, I get the eggs.
Mm-hmm.
We can get Mark back up to speed." But like,
Mm-hmm.
because deep down inside, Nolan, and nigga really is a Viltrum. So his
Mm-hmm.
first instinct is to eviscerate,
Right.
not to not to come up with a plan. Like their plan is death, and that's really it.
Yeah.
Death and takeover.
And then Oliver is half insect creature or whatever. And we
You like you
see
killing my people. You know what I'm
yeah, and
saying?
so and I do appreciate and I love that one part of that episode when they're talking and he's like trying to be a father. So there's somebody special out there for you? He was like, not really. We went to the seafood restaurant one time and saw, what I'm saying, it was a lobster. It was over there and I was like, oh, it looked tasty, but I also was like, I felt a certain type of way about it. And he was like the bluish shell and everything. But at the end of the day, I still ate it or whatever. I said, Is this a double entendre we're talking about right here with
Could
this or
be.
what
Could
with
be.
this
Could be.
or whatever? So in the process of this happening, the coalition of planets, even without Mark Nolan, are getting the upper hand on the Viltrumites or whatever. Are getting the upper hand because we see where Tech Jacket and my man Alan they stowed away Millennium Falcon Empire Strike Back style onto a Viltrumite ship, and they're trying to get away. They finally get away, and Alan is like, "Hey, I can take it. I'm gonna come back stronger." He's fighting these two, and Tech Jacket goes away. He sees Tech Jacket come back, be like, "No, girl, go home back." And she says, "Oh, I ain't here by myself." And Space Racer with the Blicky, also dragging behind him some Ragnars like they were pit bulls. And he was like, "Unleash." And that Blicky daggone, that gun is powerful as hell, yo. Cause it's like the beam just doesn't stop or whatever. And it basically killed one of the Viltrumites. Lucan was like, "Oh, I know a gun when I see one. Let's go, baby." He got up out of there. His black instincts kicked in. They got up out of there. But during this, while Mark is healing and everything, the coalition, they're gaining ground. They're winning back planets and stuff like that. And then Thrag is like talking with Krieger and the rest of them, like, and Anissa and all them is like, "Yo, man, the hell, man, we losing ground. We got to do something." And Thrag is like, "We're going to attack their world. We're going to attack their home base." And Lord knows, by this next thing you know, they're back on the home world coalition planets island. Everything is they think everything cool, everything funky, and you see that Viltrumite ship come in like it's a star destroyer from Star Wars, and they
Yeah.
start killing everybody. They just started shooting, killing everybody, boom, boom, and you're like, "Oh my god!" And thank God, Nolan, Oliver, and Mark, who's healed up, come back. They start packing folk up. They destroy the ship. And Thrag is like, "No!" And he's holding Argyle's skull. And he's like, "Viltrum's to me." And they flying away. And that's when everyone said, "Man, Thrag. Who the hell is Thrag? Thrag is soft. Why he running if he that bad?" And so in the process of this, Thetis basically comes up with the idea, says, "Hey, we know where they're going back to, Viltrum. It ain't that many of them. Let's just take the attack to them and end this right now. And we can end this and they'll be over." And they were like, Mark was like, "I hate that I agree with the betrayer, but he's right." No, they, so, second to last episode, they pull up into the galaxy that Viltrum is in and they say, "All right, let's just proceed with caution. They don't know we coming. We gonna get the upper hand on this." Oh, little did they know, Rashad. They are flying and they're trying to transverse through the dead bodies of saying rings of the dead body. And then when they pull up, the rag is sitting right there, not flinching. Do you know how horrifying that is, Rashad? That you think you get an upper hand, and my man like
Was
didn't
expecting y'all.
didn't move a muscle, just sat there, didn't flinch, and just watched. And and then before we get started, no, let's go ahead and get started to this. The Viltrumites are hiding amongst the bodies, and then all hell break loose. But even before this battle starts, Mark Nolan basically says, "Hey, whatever you do not try to go one-on-one with Thrag. It is going to take all of us." Thetis even was like, "Yeah, it is going to take all of us to possibly take this man out or whatever. Let's stop playing these games." They get out there and all hell is breaking loose. They're fighting. Everybody's this and that. You see Nolan try to chin check Thrag. Thrag says, "This is Thrag. This is Nolan." He didn't even move. He didn't even turn his head. He just moved back like 2 inches. and he missed. And then let's get to the person I told y'all I hate the most this season. One Oliver. My nigga Oliver. You have taken more ass whippings in just 2 seasons, more than Mark has done this entire series. And that is a bold statement to say.
It
And I
really
mean,
is.
you have taken more ass whippings. And I mean, it's not the quantity of the ass whippings, it is the quality of the ass whippings that you have taken this entire series compared to Mark. They told he's talking with Tech Jack and Alan was like, Thrag, what's so big and bad about him? I bet I could take him. But nigga, you almost got ripped in half by that daggone conquest. See, what's happened to Oliver? Oliver has allowed when he killed the what's the Basher brothers or whatever. He let that get to his little insect half insect head. This man comes towards and sees Thrag and is like, got him.
Got
Every
him.
everybody said, boy,
No.
no, no. He runs full force to Thrag. Thrag looks, grabs his fist, and crushes his hand. He was like, ah! He was like, it's my strong hand now. Strong hand now. Whatever. And then and that's what Oliver had that look like. I think I effed up. And
Bro,
yo, Thrag did what all black parents have told their kids before. I'm gonna smack your lips off your face. He backhand, and Thrag was disgusted because he's like, he looked at Oliver and was like,
ugh.
"You a Viltrum, but you ain't breeded the right way." Proceeds to grab his arm and backhand him, ripping off his left arm and his jaw across the daggone away from the planet.
Bro, I was like, that nigga jaw clean fell off. I'm like, I was dead. I'm like, I said, Debbie gonna be sad.
Tell
Like,
you gonna be mad as
I said,
hell.
bro, like, I think that right there for me.
Mm-hmm.
And when he killed, like, and the thing is, like, he killed Thetis already. Like, cause, like, Thetis got it so early in that fight. It was like, oh, the betrayer. Hold on, he said,
No, 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 no. He didn't get him yet. He didn't get him yet. Because this is what happened. I forgot. That was he got him early on in the second part of that fumble.
it
But
was like,
you got to remember what happened. Nolan, he punched that man and turned him into a comet.
oh
He
yeah,
turned him into a comet flying down on Viltrum. He
bro, I forget, yo,
Nolan
Nolan.
came to, and Dragon just sitting there looking at him like, "Hey man,
Hey,
let's
let's
talk.
let's look.
Let's
Can we
talk."
talk about this? Nolan, you my people. We
Mm-hmm.
we we people. I need all of y'all. You can come back. You can come back to the fold. No harm, no foul. I'm gonna hold nothing against you. And Nolan's like, oh, I need to. I can't do it. He said, man, you right? Really? You can't do it? And then proceeds to beat his ass some more. I'm
Dude,
like,
he drew his punch back so hard it created a goddamn vortex. And Nolan was like, "Oh, oh," getting pulled into it, and he proceeds to uppercut this man out of the planet, out the atmosphere, and I mean he couldn't stop until he hit the rings of the dead Viltrumite.
he
Gone.
knocked that nigga back into orbits. I
Knocked
said,
him back into
yo,
orbit. And you were just like, oh my God. And you got everybody else taking on some of the Viltrumites. Some of them are winning because Tech Jacket has the little darts with the poison, with the type of like poison that weakens their system and stuff like that. And then after what happened with Oliver, Mark says, oh hell, I gotta go save little brother again. And he's like, Thrag. And he's like, yeah, I killed Conquest. He said that. Did you see how every Viltrumite said? I beg you, I beg your pardon.
The best of us?
He says, I killed Conquest. And then Thrag just turns and looks at him and says, show me, my nigga. He flew in with a punch, and possibly the greatest scene in this that everyone talks about. Thrag lets you know that that demon is really in him. He threw a punch and blocked his punch with his head, and you saw like the inside of his body red. It looked like a demon. And then proceeds to mollywop the hell out Mark. He is whipping Mark's ass so bad. Nolan came in and got him off of him. He smacked Nolan away. Mark was trying, help me, help me, help me, help me, get me out of here, get me out of here. Did you see the look of terror in Mark's face, Rashawn, when Thrag was on his ass and he caught him by the back of his head and they started rumbling again? And then next thing you know, he smacked him away. And that's when they just looked at Mark and said, looked at Nolan and said, we gotta do it. I know you don't want to. We gotta do it. Nolan said, Mark, I need you over here now. You, me, and Thetis. He said, Space Racer, fire on the planet. They shoot that beam towards that planet. Thetis, Mark, and Nolan are flying full speed ahead, right behind that blast. And Thrag turns and looks and realizes what they're doing. And it's like, oh my God. And you know what he was like? Remember in Dragon Ball when Kid Buu had that that blast and threw it down the planet, and Vegeta had to knock it out the way and said, "You, the hell is wrong with you? You was gonna destroy the planet." Okay. It made a bigger bomb. Like, oh my God, what are you doing? That blast went through the core of the planet with those three going through. They punched through the core of the planet, destroyed the core, came out of the side, and Viltrumite went the way of planet Krypton. Kaboom. And and Thrag was trying to stop him, he couldn't. And I guess they thought Thrag died when the explosion happened. And here go Thetis. Viltrumites! Behold, your planet is dead. Surrender to us now so this can be over. And as I've always said before, Rashad, in real life, when someone is so mad that they are crying, that is the most dangerous that person is. That man said, no! Keep crying. And Thetis went to the gulags, just came crossing straight, just ripped that man head off, held it up, and was like, yeah, look what I did here. And Mark and Nolan tried to jump Thrag, and Thrag just proceeded. He broke Nolan's arm and speared him through the guts. Mark was trying to fight, and then he grabbed Mark's head and started crushing it. But then one thing about Thrag, he does show self-control. He starts to look around, and he realized, even though I want to kill this man for what he did, I have to think about the greater good. Too many Viltrumites are dead.
Love.
And he just leaves him, and they leave.
Yeah, and it's get out of the earth like we see, and we gives us like the whole episode eight. Let's talk a little about earlier, but as
Mm-hmm.
wrapping this up, the episode eight was like Thrag is the boogeyman
Mm-hmm.
because Mark had crazy PTSD the entire episode. Every time he's talking to a loved one, only thing he can see is Thrag killing them niggas.
Yeah.
It's like four instances he's having visions Thrag just killing the person that he loves.
Do
So
you
by the
blame
end
him?
of the no, absolutely not, because
Yeah.
he almost died several times.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So by the end of the episode, when Adam Eve was like, "Yo, just get some air," and he's flying, and then he actually bumps into Thrag because we don't know if this is like
A
another one of
hallucination.
his visions or not.
Uh-huh.
Like, nah, he's like, nigga, this is really Thrag. And then and the Thrag tells him, like, look, yo, join me or die.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like
He
this
said three words, and that's what Mark tried. He said, "We are here."
basically, yeah,
Yeah.
man. Like, I mean, not basically, here's what he said, but like,
Yeah.
it's he really Thrag set the tone for what should be an amazing
Mm.
next season
Mm.
because he's always gonna be lurking. He's gonna be like, it's the Wu creeping in the shadows
Yeah.
like the entire time. And then we get to see, the rest of the Viltrums out here trying to acclimate to Earth life and all that good stuff. But it's yeah, man. I can't wait.
And I love too that we have so many unresolved issues on top of the Viltrumites here. You got
We
the
ain't even it's so
Viltrum.
much stuff that we ain't got time to talk about.
All right, so I'm just gonna say this: what we got to resolve. You got to resolve the Viltrumites
Hmm.
situation. Viltrumite. You have Hell, where
Yeah. Volcanica,
say
all that
volcanic. Right, you
nonsense.
got Volcanica. You got Satan trying to come through with Hell. Oh, you got the Flaxens. You know,
You still gotta get
uh huh.
them two bastards.
Get them, get them two back. Like the only arc that really got finished in this season in the beginning is when the Sequids attacked, and they finally was able to get rid of the Sequids. And Mark suffered a little PTSD with that because he had to kill an innocent person because the Sequid was attached. And once again, it's a greater good versus that. So yeah, but
Yeah, we had a whole separate episode because they
yeah,
came back stronger than ever.
yeah. So we
Yeah.
got things that has to be still covered in this. What's going to happen when Invincible and the crew find out about the Animen daggone Invincibles that DH Sinclair done created for Cecil. So man, yeah, this was a top tier season. I give it a strong A, man. I mean,
Me too, bro.
a
Like I
strong
can't
A,
even
man.
lie.
Yeah, yeah.
This is they was able to really compile the things
Mm-hmm.
and set up a lot of little like dangling threads for us to kind of latch on to. And also it showed us just how strong Thrag really is. He ain't really got to do a whole exert his dominance on everybody.
This Halloween, I expect to see a lot of Viltrumite cosplaying and a lot of Thrag cosplaying. We've
A
already seen
Thrag,
some
a lot of Lucan.
Lucan. We've seen that stuff.
That
You
nigga
know what?
on TikTok doing Lucan,
Lucan is
bruh.
hilarious. He looks just
That
like him.
nigga is
Is he,
funny.
he is funny, man. I think some of the funniest stuff that we've been sharing with each other was there was like Lucan experiencing his first bit of racism on this planet. Like, who are these niggas that I need to run from? Who are these niggas? Lucan going to his first cookout, black cookout and stuff. It's crazy. Also, shout out to Thrag's barber, the crispiest fade. Thrag out here looking like a diesel ass Freddie Mercury with an awesome lineup, yo, for real. And he is out here crispy as hell. And I can't wait to see more Thrag, more Viltrumites, and just more Invincible, period, man. That's all I got, Rashad.
Yeah, man. Me too, bro. We appreciate y'all. Did a bunch of stuff this week. Go back on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Mall Shadow Lord. Amazing.
Daredevil Born Again.
Dead Born Again. Equally amazing. Michael.
Michael.
Loki starting to do numbers on YouTube. Thank you all.
Mm-hmm.
And a bunch of other shit that we do. Next week's gonna be busy. May the fourth be with you. Revenge of the Sith. Um,
Daredevil finale, season
Daredevil
finale.
finale.
Uh-huh.
Man, it's about to be the busy season, guys. And then we got favorite crash out from the castle with the
Mm-hmm.
last kill.
Yes.
And just a bunch of other stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably do an individual review for Monarch season two.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Watching Silo, great show. Season three starts, I think, like July. I'll be
We
covering that.
are we are a month and a half away from the return of the Westeros. June 21st, House of the Dragon from the Game of Thrones verse is back.
The season three,
Mm-hmm.
Dance of the Dragons, for real this time.
Mm-hmm.
For real,
For
this
real this
time it's gonna
time.
be starts on June 21st. We got the greens and the blacks.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot wait for that, bro. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's it's so much, bro.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all. On the podcast side, if y'all listen to this song, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. I see y'all on the podcast, the numbers. Other than that, the next time.